Finding love is not easy, but it is especially difficult for the eternally busy Hollywood stars to do it. Fortunately, friends will always come to the rescue and organize a rendezvous with a famous comrade. We decided to remember the celebs who met thanks to enterprising friends. Many are skeptical about blind dates organized by friends. A stranger, suddenly you won't like it. However, if you compare this with the meetings of two people after a few days of communication on Tinder, you come to the conclusion that during a blind date at least, there is a safety cushion in the form of a mutual acquaintance. If you are still critical of this method of finding a boyfriend, then we advise you to read our material. The star couples we are going to talk about met through mutual friends and had never even talked to each other before the first meeting. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Everyone can be kings, and even go on blind dates. At the beginning of the summer of 2016, Meghan Markle flew to England on a working visit. Then a friend of the actress, the aristocrat Violet von Westenholz, came up with a crazy, at first glance, idea to arrange a date with Prince Harry. She had been friends with him since childhood. The only thing I asked my friend when I found out who she wanted to introduce me to was, "Is he cute at least?" Meghan said a year and a half later. Because if he wasn't like that, none of this would make any sense. Markle, of course, had heard about the prince, but she did not feel any reverence for him. But Harry did not even know with whom he was going to be brought, because he had not watched Force Majeure, and he did not know other films of his future wife. After that day, they met several more times, and then Elizabeth Hugh's grandson invited the actress to join him on a trip to Botswana. You know how it ended, and how can you not believe in a fairy tale? Amel and George Clooney. Clooney was once sure that he would never marry, but after meeting Miss Alamuddin, he radically changed his views on life. The funny thing is that I didn't even have to leave the house to meet the love of my life. Our mutual friend once called me and said that he would come to me soon with a friend. Of course, I didn't mind the guests. Soon my agent called me and cheerfully informed me, "Now a beautiful woman will come to you, whom you will marry." George told the story of meeting his wife. At the same time, his parents were staying at his house, who liked his son's new acquaintance very much. Clooney immediately saw a kindred spirit in the girl and offered to exchange email addresses. I asked for her email because she promised to send me the photos she took during dinner. We started texting. I had no idea if she wanted to date me. It seemed to me that we were just friends, the star of Ocean's 11 recalled not so long ago. As you know, the sympathy turned out to be mutual, and now the couple's twins Ella and Alexander are growing up. Elsa Pateki and Chris Hemsworth. Elsa and Chris met through a common dialect coach. The fact is that the model is Spanish and the actor is Australian, and both needed to get rid of their accents in order to build a career in the States. It was a real blind date, Pataki later said. We've never met before, but Coach kept telling me about a certain Hemsworth. She was so insistent that we should cross paths that I just waved my hand and agreed. Celebrities talked on the phone, and then met and never parted again. From the first look at her, I realized that it was love. She's funny and just loves life, but I try to keep up, Chris admitted. Now the couple are raising 3 children. Daughter India and sons Tristan and Sasha. Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden. And although Cameron Diaz knew his daughter-in-law Nicole Richie and twin brother Joel for several years at the time of meeting her future husband, she managed not to see Benji himself once. Once the actress hosted a dinner for close friends, and among the guests were Nicole and her husband. He also asked if his relative could join them. The first thing I said when I saw Benji was, "Oh my God, how hot he is." Why didn't I know that before? Laughing, Diaz later told in an interview, Joel insisted that Cameron ask his brother out on a date, and just 7 months later, the musician and actress got married. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. A blind date with Tristan was only supposed to entertain Khloe a little. At that time, she still could not recover from the divorce from Lamar Odom, who almost died of an overdose in one of the brothels, and wanted to distract herself from sad thoughts a little. Her friend, basketball player Brandon Jennings, watching this sad picture, began to insist that he wanted to introduce a friend to one good guy. I wasn't going to go on any date, but Brandon literally ambushed me. Anyway, I was going to dinner with a friend, but in the restaurant I saw Tristan instead. That's how we met, said Khloe, who gave birth to her beloved daughter True, in one of the episodes of the family reality show. Shortly before the baby was born, Thompson changed the Kardashians, and recently again got into the lenses of paparazzi in the company of a stranger. Khloe, who forgave Tristan for the first affair, did not listen to the warnings of fans and sisters, and sincerely believed in a happy future together with a civil spouse. In July last year, a surrogate mother gave birth to a son for the couple, but even this did not save Tristan and Khloe from parting. Salma Hayek and Francois Henry Pinault. In an interview, Salma said that the meeting with Henry was a real disaster. The fact is that the actress didn't even know she was going on a date. I had no idea what kind of scam my friends had dragged me into. I thought I was going to an event, but in the end there was one person at this event, Henry. My friends deliberately deceived me because they knew that I would not go on any date. Hayek recalled in an interview. According to the celebrity, the entrepreneur was also unaware of what was happening. It turns out that he thought that the actress herself wanted to meet him. I was so angry that then everything went wrong. However, you can see that everything ended wonderfully. Hayek summed up. We agree, but not everything in this story was good. Sometime after the wedding of Salma and Henry, it turned out that the businessman did not tell his beloved that he had an illegitimate child from Linda Evangelista. Fortunately, the couple, who have a daughter together, Valentina, were able to overcome all differences. Anne Hathaway and Adam Schulman. Anne knew what she was doing when she brought Emily Blunt's friend with handsome John Krasinski, all because she herself had already had the experience of successful dating through friends. Hathaway was introduced to Schulman by her friend, who, according to the actress herself, conducted a thorough analysis of their personalities and realized that they were just made for each other. These are abilities later. Anne admitted that the first thing she noticed when looking at a man was an incredible sexual energy. But the aforementioned acquaintance of the actress was not guided by this at all. He has everything that Raffaello, the former fiancé of the celebrity Raffaello Folleri, was imprisoned for embezzling $50 million donated to the Catholic Church's relief fund. Lacked honesty and kindness. I think Anne has found a kindred spirit, the girl told reporters shortly before the Friends engagement. The year before last, the couple had a son, Jonathan.